Welcome back to Imagine If. I'm your host, as always, The Butler. Thanks for tuning in to today's show of real versus fake scary stories. I'm about to tell you a very creepy, unexplainable story. At the end of the show, I would tell you if the story was real or if it was completely made up. Are you up for the challenge? Also, remember to like and subscribe to the channel if you are getting any enjoyment out of my paranormal content. If you are new to the channel, welcome. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show. Are you ready to put your thinking caps on? At the end of the show, we'll find out if you can separate reality from imagination. My name is Edward, but my friends call me Eddie. I am a pizza delivery driver on the East Coast. Last Friday, I was delivering a pizza to a high-rise apartment building near my town. This particular apartment building has always given me the creeps. It is in a upscale area. However, I just get the creeps when entering the building for some odd reason. It is an upscale area, but I guess that means absolutely nothing as far as the gratuity that most drivers receive when delivering there. Anyhow, I was delivering a pizza to apartment 303. I have delivered to this specific address several times, and the old guy never tips more than $1. Every Friday, he would order a large stuffed crust pizza, half pepperoni, half bacon. He had been ordering from us consistently, at least for the entire 5 years that I've been working here. All the drivers know him as the Sloth, because whenever he answers the door, he just shouts for about 6 or 7 minutes before he actually gets to the door. On this particular day, a young beautiful woman answered the door almost immediately after knocking. I kindly introduced myself, and I asked her where the old man was. She told me he was out of town and he would not be back until the following Friday. I respectfully asked her who she was, and I pretty much told her that I've never seen her before, but I've been the main delivery guy here. She told me that she was the old man's daughter and she was watching the place while he was on vacation. I told her that she must have her father's taste since they both ordered the same pizza. She was clueless and said that she did not order any pizza at all. That's when things got a bit strange, but it was not crazy alarming. She asked if I would like to come in for a cup of coffee, and I agreed. Usually the old man would meet me at the door and simply just pay the money and I'll be on my way. As I walked into the apartment, I could smell fresh roses. There was a sense of calm and relaxation. She told me to have a seat on the couch and make myself at home. So that's what I did. As we sat down, we talked for about an hour or so. Actually, it was about an hour and a half, until I got a phone call from my boss asking where the hell I was. I felt a connection with her, and I felt like she had a connection with me. I don't know what it was about her, but not only was she a beautiful woman, I connected with her, and I've never felt this before. The old man would be gone for the next week, and this was my chance to win her over. We hung out after that for the next 6 days straight. I would go over there, and she would make me dinner every night after work. She even bought my favorite wine to our first dinner together, along with a perfectly cooked steak. Thursday night, I would say I had a bit too much to drink. I got a little bit drunk, and I actually passed out on the couch, and did not wake up till about 3 a.m. Before leaving, I kissed her on the cheek, and I told her that I would see her later on tonight. She told me as long as I come before 8 p.m., she would love to spend more time with me, but her dad was to be home at 8 p.m. sharp. So all day I was pretty pumped up and excited to see her. And I even showed up to the apartment building a little bit early. I showed up at 4 p.m. I took the elevator up to the third floor like normal, and as I approached the apartment, I noticed there were yellow caution tape all around the front door. I knocked on the door just out of curiosity to see if something would happen or possibly get some type of explanation of what had happened, and unfortunately, no one answered the door. I stood there, knocking for a few minutes, but nothing happened. As I was leaving, one of the neighbors in apartment 301 peeked her head out of the door and asked me what I was doing. I explained to her that I was looking for a young, beautiful lady, you know, the one I've been hanging out with all week, and also I had some concern of what may have happened to the old man. She explained to me in a very sad sense that the old man had unfortunately died 10 days ago from a stroke. She was also the sister of the old man that died in apartment 303. Not only were they brothers and sisters, but they had been neighbors for over 20 years. She was very sincere, and she told me that her brother, the old man in 303, had never had a daughter. So many thoughts start racing through my head of who this person was or why she was lying, and just all these thoughts. I began to describe the woman that I had been seeing in apartment 303. She was very confused. I continued to describe her, and she cut me off. She told me to hold on 1 second as she went to the kitchen. She came back with a bunch of photos of the woman I was describing, and then she finally confirmed that yes, this was his daughter. However, his daughter died in a drowning accident almost 20 years ago. He only had one child, and no one had entered through the apartment since the death of her brother. What she was saying was simply not possible. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to today's show. How do you guys think you did? Do you think this story could have actually happened? If so, did we communicate with a spirit of some sort? Or did I just completely make this story up? If you thought that this story is completely made up, you're right. I gotcha. This story never happened. Thank you guys very much for tuning in to today's show, and I'll see you guys tomorrow on Real versus Fake Scary Stories.